crossing. One different. One thing is say, Kopolioko, it's so crossing. Now every day activities. 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 We for only get money, so only another team. You are both my case. I'm happening. Are you there? Get money, up my business. Saka, I'm going to Saka. You don't like it, I'm and you need it. Then you can walk over back on it to see another big free home. I want this, so I have to celebrate. You can go right to the door, yeah. You can right to the door, yeah. I'm going to be a one and you. The person that you're probably the girl. You have to go from out your leave of one jack. I step up on the one and big jacket. I'm going to give one of it was safe. And if you need one, let me know. Say one body. You are chill, shaka, pop your passenger, for something.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime and bullet, don't take law in your hand for the right authority. Tell it can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, enemy you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see a don't keep it, you must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of craft beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athletes and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so going to 24. Put in total each key. Gossip. I swear different. What did you say? Popoli Oko. It's so fast. Now every day I tell this. 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 Now
Good morning, folks. A very pleasant good morning. Welcome to another edition of the program from the Print News here on Freedom Communications, Freedom FM 87.9. It's good to be here on the midweek edition of the program from the Print News. My name is Esther Daku, and I will be joined by our weather report man, Suleiman Hashim Tunis, and hopefully Aliu and Gus are also going to join us this morning. But it's good to be here, like I said earlier, and we want to recognize our sponsors, Crime Stoppers Liberia. We want to recognize Exodus Best Price Store on the Gully Street and Old Road. We also want to recognize Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, one of the leading giants in the petroleum business. But on this Wednesday, of course, we're going to be talking about the various stories that are within the two local dailies we have on our decks. We have the Front Page Africa, we have the Daily Observer. These are the two stuff we're going to be looking at this morning. As a matter of fact, the online version. So stick and stay with us, and those of you following us live on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, we want to recognize you also, and we want you to also share the live. Okay, so this morning from the Front Page Africa, we have the Justice Ministers were accused of blocking LRA revenue collection, shading LPRC from national budget obligations, undermining the budget is a question, and we want to take some lines from this story. Let's have it open. Okay, so we have it right here. It says Justice Ministers were accused of blocking LRA revenue collection, shading LPRC from national budget obligation. And it's here it says allegations have surfaced. Liberia's Justice Minister Oswald Tuer interfered with the Liberia Revenue Authority efforts to collect lawful revenues from state-owned enterprises, including the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, raising concerns over fiscal accountability and national budget credibility. SOEs continue to fall short for their revenue collection commitment. Their persistent failure to meet the obligation remains a major constraint to our collective fiscal goal. We took LPRC to court, but the Justice Minister intervened, saying it was a conflict of interest and that we should come along with it, said Gabriel Y. Montgomery, Senior Deputy Commissioner General for Technical Services at the LRA. Montgomery explained that the LRA filed a lawsuit against LPRC under powers granted by the Public Financial Management Law, which empowers the agency to take legal action against SOEs that fail to pay legitimate taxes or remit revenues to the government. However, Minister Tuer reportedly prevented the suit, citing a conflict of interest because he cannot act as a lawyer for both government entities involved in the opposing positions. Speaking during the opening of the Senate budget hearing, Montgomery emphasized that SOE's failure to fulfill their financial obligations continue to hinder the country's revenue mobilization goals. He added that LRA, if SOEs contribute fully to the national budget. SOE's compliance is not only the concern of the LRA, it is a national priority that must be addressed adequately, Montgomery said. He also disclosed that as of November 17, 2025, the LRA had collected US 715.3 million in domestic revenue, surpassing fiscal year 2024 historic US 698.6 million, and expressed the confidence that ongoing reforms would help exceed the 2025 domestic revenue targets. Calls for transparency and accountability are ongoing, and lawmakers urging a review of the Justice Ministry's role in ensuring SOE meet their budgetary obligation. Senators have requested the appearance of Minister Twer to explain why he allegedly blocked the LRA from collecting legitimate uh, dividends, particularly from Triple, that's the LPRC salary, and for the benefit of Liberian people. It says the issue also touches on the budget projection with 200 million in contingency funds tied to post ratification signature bonuses from the third amendment of the Accelerated Liberia Agreement yet to be accounted for. It says during the Senate hearing, Deputy Minister for fiscal year, fiscal affairs, sorry, at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Anthony Myers stressed the need to revisit oversight mechanisms to ensure SOEs meet their budget targets. He noted that financial estimates of SOEs for fiscal year 2025 have not been realized, citing the National Toll Authority as an example, which failed to declare contributions of the fiscal year 2026 dispute despite commitments in previous years. Myers highlighted that new revenue streams, such as the US 0.11 per gallon storage fee for LPRC, could boost contributions to the national budget. He also emphasized the need for stronger tax administration, mandatory reporting, and monitoring of SOEs' financial activities to ensure transparency. And it says, up to the publication transparencies. It says Senate Committee Chairman Prince Moe uh, reinforced the importance of the hearings, noting that verifying revenue projections is essential for maintaining public trust and budget credibility. This process is not about numbers alone, it is about trust, discipline, and national responsibility, he said. Of course, that's all we're gonna take from this story. Let's run up to more stories this morning. We have lots of stories here to, of course, look at. So let's see this one. It says Nigerian Command Staff colleague students visit Liberia Immigration Service headquarters. And another story here we see this morning says Vice President Kun lauds ECOWAS brown card as pillar of regional security. That's one of the stories we have here this morning. And let's see, one of the top here says Wema Pay, mining, and energy sectors were deeply broken when. Let's see this. Let's have it open and see what this story says. Wema Pay, mining, and energy sectors were deeply broken when I took office. Okay, says Wilmot Pay. Let's take some lines. The Ministry of Mines and Energy held a major turning over an induction ceremony in Monrovia over the weekend. The program the program brought together the outgoing minister, Wilmot J. M. Pay, the new minister, Ara Matonge Tingwe, and the president of the Liberia Chamber of Mines, and dignitaries including government officials. Each speaker the program talked about the past, the present, and the future of Liberia's mining and energy sectors. Outgoing Minister Pay reflects on his 20 months of service. Outgoing Minister Wilmer Pay spoke first and explained that a tough situation he met when he took over the ministry. He said things were not in good shape at all. According to him, the ministry had limited energy, low internet, outdated equipment, and weak technical capacity. He said the mining and energy sectors were behind because the laws and systems were old and needed serious work. Well, that's it. Let's leave you there. Let's leave you there and take more stories this morning from the online version of the Daily Observer. We actually brought this story on yesterday, and so let's run up to more stories this morning. We hope the internet doesn't mess with us, because I think it's trying to do something like that. But wow, the internet got us. Let's see if we can get a story from another device quickly. Let's. Okay, we have Frontiers Africa. Okay, so we're back, and it says rubber sector reports major gains, but key stakeholders are highlights. And we have Accord appears for diaspora voters registration centers in 2029. Appeals for diaspora unite to tackle Liberia's drugs and youth gang crisis. We have from Kenos to cutting edge, single leadership sparks a transformational. We cannot have that open right now, but let's see this. It says Shea Liberia in partnership with Ministry of Justice commit to praising reform at EU Barrack Human Rights. And this says Ministry of Health Development Partners launched national Mpox operation campaign in Nimba. But let's take some lines from this story right here. Let's take some lines. I mean, the internet wants to mess with us again. I'm telling you. But we're gonna take this story. We're definitely gonna take this. And okay, so I think we have the internet back. And it says, let's have this story. Okay. Partnership with the National Public Health Institute of Liberia and the Ministry of Health recently launched the National Mpox Operation campaign in Nema County. This collaborative effort aims to prevent, detect, and treat Mpox cases across the country under the campaign theme Operation Fund Mpox Cases. The campaign kickoff featured a vibrant march through the streets of San Nicolas, starting from the county health team office and ending at the event venue. The march served as a rallying call to all Nemadians and Liberians alike to actively participate in the fight against Mpox, a viral disease requiring urgent community action. Campaign messages from the Ministry of Health and developmental partners emphasize the critical need for residents to report Mpox symptoms immediately to local health workers. Early detection is key to controlling the spread and ensuring timely treatment. Data from the Nema County Health Team reveals that since January 2025, there have been 94 reported cases of Mpox in the country with no recorded deaths of these. Yekepa and surrounding communities within the Sanikole Ma Health District have accounted for 60 cases, highlighting hotspots where intensified interventions are necessary. Dr. Ponin Robertly Dolo, head of the Nima County Health Team, called for strengthened collaboration between the health sector and the local communities. He stressed that joint efforts in reporting both confirmed and suspected mpox cases will be instrumental in halting the virus spread within the county. It says collective vigilance and cooperation from everyone, community members and health workers alike, are essential if we are to defeat this virus in Nima County. Dr. Dolo said during the ceremony. The campaign announcement also highlighted the vaccination of 346 health workers who are leading frontline efforts against mpox. We're gonna leave you there. We have Let's see if we can bring couple more stories. It says Snow commends Navo for contributions to security agriculture. And folks, that's all we're gonna take from Front Page Africa this morning. Let's jump to the Daily Observer this morning. We're gonna take just some lines. Okay, we have the Daily Observer right here before us, and we're gonna take a couple of stories, and then we can come with our talking points. Let's have it. Court expelled juror for lying on an oath in ex-speaker's trial. Okay, interesting. And let's look at this. It says a surprise controversy surrounding a juror erupted on Tuesday in the ongoing arson trial involving former Speaker Councillor Fonati Kofa and six other defendants, including three sitting lawmakers. When Judge Roosevelt Zewili of Criminal Code A decided to remove a seated juror, Debert Latonia, an employee of the Ministry of State, from the panel after prosecutors suggested the man demonstrated that he cannot be fair and or impartial, which allegations led to the temporary suspension of the trial, and an investigation was ordered by the court. Interestingly, at yesterday's proceedings, juror Matonia admitted that he had lied on the oath during the selection process when he had answered a question about his juror service within the last 12 months in any court of Montserrat County. While answering the prosecutor's question, Matonia said within the last 12 months, I had never served as a juror in any court from Montserrat County. Lying while serving as a juror and being on an oath during the selection process is considered a serious offense. Lying while serving as a juror and breaking on an oath is considered a serious offense because it borders on the integrity of the juror system that relies on potential jurors providing truthful and complete information to ensure impartiality. In more instances, jurors who have lied on an oath is sentenced to prison to serve as a deterrent, which did not happen in the case of Matonia. What was more interesting is when Matonia was dismissed from the panel, he went directly to see where people who had gone to listen or witness the trial were seated. Even Matonia was visibly seen with laughter as he left his seat from the panel. These dramatic scenes annoyed Judge Willie to the extent that he had to demand Matonia to leave the entire courtroom. Defense lawyers, however, took issue with the possibility that juror Matonia might be thrown off the panel. Punishment for Matonia would have been honest thing for the judge to serve as a deterrent, according to some legal practitioners who have interest in the case. But let's leave it there. Let's see what the Speaker Cohn is saying about journalists, or what is he threatening. Let's see. It says Speaker threatened against journalists sparks outrage. Let's have this. They may want you to not record, when session is now. And so how did you guys record his voice? Well, let's have this story. A wave of public outrage has greeted threats issued by Honorable Speaker Richard Coon against journalists assigned at the Capitol building, prompting strong commendation from the Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas and renewed concerns about the state of press freedom in Liberia. The controversy erupted during a tense sitting of the House of Representatives on Tuesday when Speaker Coon publicly warned reporters not to document or report on the internal discussion surrounding the continuous removal of Speaker Fonati Kofar. As a former Speaker Fonati Kofar in a startling adverse, Coon declared that any legislative reporter who disclosed information about the proceedings would be jailed. Ajah described the threat as a hostile and deeply troubling declaration. In a press release issued late Tuesday evening, Ajah described Speaker Coons' comments as dangerous and unethical to democratic norms. The president of the association, Joey Kennedy, said the threats were hostile and deeply troubling by democratic society, noting that journalists at the Capitol are accredited professionals fulfilling constitutional responsibilities. Whether made in jest or seriousness, such comments have a chilling effect on press freedom, Kennedy stated. The media is not an enemy of the state, it is an essential partner in democracy. Any attempt, verbal or otherwise, to threaten journalists is an affront to the rule of law and the democratic values Liberia continues to nurture. Ajay called on Speaker Coon to retract the remarks and show an unambiguous apology to the media community while urging the House leadership to reaffirm its commitment to transparency and an independent legislature. The association also encouraged the government of Liberia, civil society groups, and international partners to closely monitor the situation to prevent retaliation against journalists. It says press freedom advocate says Speaker Kuhn's declaration is particularly alarming because it appears to invoke the spirit of not the letter of the notorious Decree 88A enacted in the 1980s by the military regime of Samuel Doe. The decree criminalized criticism, rumoraging, and any speech preserved as undermining the government. It led to the imprisonment of journalists, student activists, and political opponents. We're gonna leave it here. Let's see other story. It says two dead, three injured, and it says a tragic accident occurred along the Peebo Harbor Highway, leaving two dead and three injured. Well, this is sad. And this one says Senate intensifies scrutiny and of hydrocarbon sector. And as it Liberia Rail Corridor now a strategic artery in West raised for critical minerals. Israel's Marshal Chief begins high level visit. And that's the story. So far, folks, these are all of the stories I think we have on our decks this morning. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, we will definitely bring you guys our talking points.
So, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price store is that place for you.
Is that all?
Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athletes and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So start the
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime unfolded, don't take law in your hand or your authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us. Bring the safety to your door. Whether you reach or you fall. If you see a human talk, enemy you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. On the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. On the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. On the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. On the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us.
What chicken say, Bogoni Oko, it's a problem. What chicken say, Bogoni Oko, it's a problem. Now every day I tell it, now every day I tell it, now every day I tell it. 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 Now every day I tell it.
Folks, are very pleasant. Welcome back. If you the program from the Print News on Freedom Communications Incorporated Freedom 87.9. And this morning, my attention is being drawn to a single story, actually, and that has to do with the statement or the threat by the Speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives. I mean, in this age and time, when we are talking about democracy, the 21st century, where we have been running with the issue of first country that practice democracy. A certain speaker is threatening journalists that you go to the Capitol building, you go to do your job, because there is not a single journalist assigned at that Capitol building who's not accredited. First of all, be accredited before you can even enter the chambers. That's the first thing. If you are not accredited, you cannot enter the chambers. So trust and believe that the journalists that are assigned are journalists. No institution or journalism firm in this country will ever send an unprofessional journalist at the Capitol building, because first of all, you wouldn't get anything out of that person. And so you're talking to professionals, Honorable Queen. That statement, it only shows that, you feels like the power is so much in your hands that you can just make any kind of statements, make any threat to people, and they're going to be afraid. First of all, the moment a journalist, let's say for example me, the moment I enter that hall, I'm a journalist and I'm looking for story. Therefore, even if session starts or not, people there are lawmakers who love to talk to the journalists. Got something to say, got stuff to get off their chest. So you're telling us that Anything said once it's in the chamber and session have not started, journalists should not record. I mean, this is so wrong. As a sitting speaker, you should be setting example. We cannot be in a country where we talk about press freedom and you want journalists to be afraid, because this is what happens at the end of the day. You pour fear in people who go to do their little job in the name of you are the Speaker of the House of Representatives. So we are hoping that the Speaker will come up to retract his statement, because you cannot threaten us. We are doing a piece of job. It is our job to report to the people what's happening in their country. A journalist is a watchdog. We owe it to the society. If there is no journalist in this country, I mean, people will just be sitting idly and not knowing what's happening there. And that's the reason why journalists are firstly accredited before they are even assigned at that Capitol building. So I just want to use this time before we go to our telephone lines to say to you, Honorable Speaker, that using threatening statements to journalists is not going to stop them from doing their jobs. They are doing their jobs. You, as the Speaker of the House of Representatives, you should do your job and let the journalists do their jobs, because making threatening statements does not even show that you guys, this government is practicing democracy. How can you talk about democracy and then you want to stop the press from, doing their jobs, from reporting and all of that? This is sad, and we're hoping that you can retract that statement, because this put fear, a serious fear, it puts fear in any journalist for that matter. We have seen journalists in different counties, in even Monserrato, that have been abused by people of power, because you feel you have the power, you just do things. At the end of the day, even right here at this very institution, we have been threatened several times. When you have the information, you have all of your facts, and then somebody will be on the other end there threatening you, thinking that you do not have the facts. We don't First of all, we don't sit on this radio with our facts. Before we sit here to talk about anything, we have the facts. We have the facts. And so if we sit on this radio and there's an information on the front page Africa, we would definitely tell you this is the front page Africa. I'm reading from the front page Africa, or I'm reading from the Daily Observer. And so if you have an issue with that, you take it with the front page Africa, because I'm directly quoting what the front page Africa is saying, or I'm directly quoting what the Daily Observer is saying. And so when we want to talk about a democratic republic, we must also talk about press freedom. Let the press continue to have their freedom, in as much as we understand that we uphold it to the country, that we should be professional in our jobs. You cannot be threatening the media. This is so wrong, and we're hoping that you can retract that statement. But let's go to our telephone lines this morning, or this, yes, it's still morning. Let's go to our telephone line this morning. Let's interact with the audience. Let's know what's on your mind this morning. We have brought you a couple of stories. We have brought you a couple of stories this morning, and they are all interesting stories. And we want to hear your input this morning. What do you have to say concerning a threatening statements coming from the speaker, a sitting speaker of the House of Representatives, you know, making remarks that will put fear in journalists? Speaker Kun threatens to jail reporters recalling on official sessions. I mean, this is funny, and this is not welcoming at all. This is not welcoming. This is a democratic republic. You cannot be threatening journalists. I mean, whether he was just saying it for fun, whether he really meant it, but this is what he said, that he would jail reporters who will be recording on official session. I mean, this is really sad. But just before we go to our telephone lines, let's hear our weather report. Then we can come back to you guys with your points. Therefore, we're gonna take the call now, right after our weather report, guys, and we will take our calls. Tunis, welcome to the show. Good morning. Let's hear what the weather has for us.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mama Liberia. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. This is your good friend Suleiman Tunis giving you the weather reports. Stay put and let's see what the weather got for us today.
Hmm.
The weather today, as it is now, is 84 degrees, feels like 91.
Mm.
So it's a little bit hot, but partly sunny today. Going to be partly sunny. This afternoon, you're going to experience a little bit of rain with a little bit of lightning and thunderstorm. That will start around 1 to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But don't worry about it. It may not even rain. It may just be cloudy. Or sometimes when the cloud is too heavy, it looks like it's going to be raining, but really it's not rain. But I'll show you on the radar that there's a rain over Monrovia around the lunch hour, like from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Beside that, it looks sunny, partly sunny today. Not too much, no big deal about the weather. Just a few hours over there, a few minutes, not even hour. But a little shower will come. Tomorrow, Thursday, same like today. Same in the afternoon hour, you might experience little light rain tomorrow, and it's going to be 84 degrees. At nighttime, will drop to 75. Friday, almost the same weather these few days. You guys, the remnants of the rain in November, and November already end. We're entering December. Next week is December. So, and we're still experiencing a little bit of rain all over the place. But the weather look all right anyway. No, don't worry about it. The rain will not disturb nothing. Even if you have an outside activity, you can still go through it. So today is 84 degrees, feels like 91, and it will drop down to 77 during the night. Thursday, tomorrow, 84 degrees, light rain. Friday, the same thing, 83 degrees, light rain with thunderstorm. That's about it. This is your weather report from Freedom FM 87.9, the most listened to radio station. So keep it up and let's move on to the next stage. So how you been doing, my man? Still enjoying the birthday?
I tell you, I
Wow.
sure said.
That's my birthday it is.
I tell you, my dear. I tell you, the man's enjoying himself. Yeah.
I hear your speaker threatening the journalists now through the
telling
angel. Wow. What
Imagine.
What's happening?
That's how far we're going now.
You gotta be careful before they throw you in jail too.
Let it come from me.
Yeah, everything happening. Even on the radio, the people come on the radio and even threaten us. Just a few days ago, a guy came on the nighttime speaking, threatening me. Yeah, so it's not anything new. They in a convoy, killing people in the convoy. You can't hear nothing about it. Nothing. I will not value to these people. How on I've sitting Speaker of the House and talking like a street boy.
All right.
Talking like not even a little bit politeness in it. Talking to another human being like they are slave to them. If you talk to me, if you do this one, I will throw you in jail. It's simply tell him, man, look, session have not started yet. Please, whatever we say here, don't put your camera on, please. Now, if the man violate that, you can at least say, okay, my man, Actually before blah blah, he said no. And next time I see that camera on and the session is begin here, I will try. I will do something about it, and something that you will not be satisfied with. But immediately the first, well, look, I listened to that video. I mean that audio last night. The man speaking, he sound like a speaker. You know, well, that's the country we find ourselves in. I pray that, like you said, even if he retract his statement, it's already been said, it's already out there. What else is there to retract? So thank you so much being with you this morning. I'll try my best to be with you tomorrow morning. Even though your birthday, man, I think you're taking a whole week off.
Okay. Your birthday. Before I back.
I tell you. All right, Esther, have a good morning.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tonis, for the weather report. We look forward to having you on tomorrow.
Thank you. Good night. Good.
Yeah, right. And so, folks, that's the weather report for today. Let's go to our telephone lines now. You can put in your call 0776 104 104 0865 00104. Democratic government, and we have the speaker already on our neck threatening us. Imagine that. Hello, welcome.
Yeah. Good morning to Freedom Airline family, and good morning to my Islamic people who are from Liberia, and good morning to Nigeria, my sister. The new replace President Efanso in that camera wants to do our talk show. So the people at our job, and the way they have that power, so they will always misuse powers. We can is not even